Hey everyone, welcome to the Cardano Corner, the show that puts the spotlight on the Cardano community. I'm Mike, that's me in the bottom right, here with my co-host Ian.
Hello, I am in the bottom left. I am ready to go. I'm excited to get started.
Awesome. Here in the Cardano Corner, we're going to review what has happened in the last week, but with a focus on the Cardano community. There are lots of shows that analyze Cardano and cryptocurrency in depth, but this show is dedicated to the community and the people that make it great. So now we're going to switch over to Ian to get started with the news.
Yes, so the week in review for August 10th through the 16th is very exciting. The news from a few weeks ago, at the end of July, was the transition from Byron to Shelley. And what this means for us this week is that we have the ability to both create and run stake pools and also allow for everyone who owns ADA to delegate to those stake pools. So what this means is that there's going to be a lot of interested parties, um, learning about stake pools, figuring out where to best put their ADA, and it has really livened up the community as a whole. And I'm looking forward to seeing everything that comes out from this. So talking about the stake pools, Mike, let's talk about how the community has completely adopted running stake pools over the last week.
That's right. We've hit 1,000 stake pools. I can't believe it. When the ITN started and we had just a couple hundred pools, I thought that was a lot. And Charles said we'd hit 1,000. I wasn't sure, but even when the Shelley transition happened, the stake pools started coming online and there were just a few hundred. I thought it would stop at 250, 400. I can't believe how fast it got to 1,000. So that's very exciting stuff. So over to Ian.
For sure. And a lot of it is driven by Charles and all of his consistent messaging. Lately, he's been doing a lot of whiteboard sessions, which has been truly enlightening for the community, both showing the history of how we've got to where we are, but also showing the various different things that we could do with the technology that's been built already. And it's not even close to being finished. There were things like how he could fix Twitter and stop these Twitter hacks and all the different ways that we can have multi-asset ledgers so we can work with Litecoin and all these different other cryptos all in one space. Um, it's been really interesting to watch. I'm excited to see even more come out of that and come from Charles. He's truly a visionary that um, we should continue to watch and listen to.
He is
There's a
awesome.
lot of great stuff. Yeah. So let's jump into the community review.
Cool. I get to kick off the best part of the show, the community review. The Cardano community is what makes us strong. They're so positive, they're helpful, they're enthusiastic, great community. So we love our community. So let's get started and see what we have first. First honors go to Reddit user Thebatri, who broke the news on the Yoroi wallet becoming available for Cardano. For those who don't know, the Yoroi wallet is a Chrome extension that lets you manage your ADA directly within Chrome. That's exciting stuff. The community is super jazzed about it. So Thebatri, way to be number one on our show. Next up to
Very
Ian.
cool.
Yeah.
There, the first post I wanted to highlight comes from Block G Riot one. I think that's how you say it. The reason why this stood out to me was because of his, well, both his passion for the concept of decentralization, but also the response to the post. So when he first posted, I was worried that there was going to be a lot of pushback because what essentially this is saying is that he is going to focus, and he really wants to focus on delegating to smaller pools because his idea is that when you spread out the delegation, you get more and more decentralization, and you don't have some of the things that you're seeing in other cryptocurrencies where there's a very small group of people that are only allowed or only have the means to keep the system going. And one of the hallmarks of Cardano is that it is going to be fully centralized. You don't need to have giant systems to be able to mint blocks. You can run your stake pools from a number of different configurations. And what this is highlighting is he wants that to start from the beginning. And like we said earlier, right now, because it's very early, we are at a point where we can start to define how we want the system to be in the hands of the community. So it was really interesting, and as you can see here, there's 60 comments, and most of them are positive, and that makes me feel good as being part of the community, and especially as being a stake pool operator as well.
Yeah, it was a good discussion.
Yeah.
Well, next up, we have a post by Reddit user K4T Sumoto. He broke the news on letting us know that the Shelly ITN rewards were available for dataless. Nice job on that. Like most of us who participated in the ITN, waiting for these rewards was super hard. And this post was like, it was very exciting. It was like a kid on Christmas morning to see that this was available. So definitely one of my favorite moments of the week. So get in there and redeem your ITN rewards now before it's too late. Just kidding. They'll always be there. But thanks, K4T Sumoto.
Very cool. Next up is a interesting one, more specifically for stake pool operators. Um, but I think there are delegators and regular users that have ADA that would be interested to read a lot of this. Um, the focus on security of the stake pool. Like I said earlier, because stake pools can be run on Raspberry Pis, they can be run apparently on cell phones, they can be run on, you know, monster computers, AWS, Google, all kinds of stuff. You're getting a lot of people that may not have the knowledge or the background for security. And what this poster did is he ran across all of the different relay nodes that are live on the system, and he identified a few weak points that he wanted the community to focus on. And he did a really good job of not calling anybody out. He did a really good job of not having the community be scared of what he found, and um, and so he just laid it out there. And what he's saying is there are just a few things that you could do to really up your security game if you're a stake pool operator. And this created a lot of discussion about coming up with standards and coming up with training programs that are run by the community to help people that want to create a stake pool be able to jump in and learn about this.
Well, it's super
And
needed because not a lot of there's a lot of stake pool operators who are college kids, college graduates, just starting out, and they have not been in tech security for as part of their career. So they definitely could use this primer.
yeah, no, and the one great thing about this is that if you stake to a pool, your ADA is safe, but it's really up to the stake pool operator to keep their interests secure, and also um, make sure that they have that sense of um, security and trust for from their backers, from their delegators. And so it was an eye-opening post and something I think it like I said it drove a lot of great discussion. Then and next one, Michael.
Yeah, next up we have another exciting bit of news from user Wacky Lou. I love that name. He gets a scoop for reporting that the Binance Shelley integration is complete. That was super exciting because for those of you that have had money trapped in Binance, waiting for it to be released so that you could stake it, you were kind of stuck. So this post was a huge relief from the community. So thanks, Wacky Lou. In fact, I highlight here a few responses that there were so many of these, but pretty much everyone was excited. Epic 808 says, finally, let's go. Fit Docs, well, he just says great, but he has 2 exclamation points, I think. Anyway, we have a lot of exciting responses here. The community is super excited about Binance, and there'll be more integrations too. So there's a lot more going on that front. So what do you have, Ian?
Yeah, for sure. What I wanted to bring up was, like we said, the community is very excited about Binance and other exchanges, and what that means is there's going to be more people coming into the infrastructure or the community that has never been a part of it before. And this post I wanted to highlight was from Leary Donius, and he basically said he wasn't a believer before. He thought this was just a white paper that was written. It didn't really wasn't going to see the light of day. It wasn't going to go anywhere. And then he started watching Charles's videos, and he started becoming more part of the community on Reddit, and asking questions and figuring out what does this mean? How is this being implemented? And um, he was really surprised, and he's basically said he went all in, and you know he's feeling good about it. He left his ego at the door. He's ready for the next step. He's ready for Shelley. He's ready for smart contracts. He's feeling good, and he's dug all in. And I think this is just one post, but I think there's a lot of people out there that have seen these incremental steps, especially moving to Shelley, especially the community driven stake pools, and they say, I want to be a part of this. I want to join in. So, you know, hats off to Leary Donius, and for putting himself out there and telling everybody that he wasn't in it before, but he's full in it now. So that was something I really was proud to see. So
Yeah,
Mike, what do you have?
that's awesome. Yeah, I want to highlight a post by Reddit user Binary Copper. This post has covered something that I've addressed in posts that I've made on Reddit in the past. His post is titled "The Problem with Not Your Keys, Not Your Crypto." This is a really insightful post. He started a lively discussion about what it means to be your own bank, what it means to be responsible for your own security, and that the phrase "not your keys, not your crypto" is thrown about maybe too loosely to every single person. I don't know if it applies to a non-technical person. Are they ready to be their own bank? When you think about your non-technical friends who always call you up for tech help. If you're in Cardano, you probably have a little bit of tech experience, but I don't know if you want, your family members managing their own crypto wallets. And that's what this post talks about. There was a lively discussion about it, and there's a lot of good back and forth. And I tend to agree with them. I don't think everybody is ready to manage their own wallet. And certainly there are places in the world where you might not want those keys anywhere near your house. So anyway, good discussion. Binary Copper. Anyway, what do you have, Ian?
Yeah, one quick point on this. This was something that really it really hit me too, because this was the first thing that really intimidated me when I started um, buying ADA and getting into the crypto space was having my keys and having to maintain that, and that was intimidating to me. So it was interesting to read. And like Mike said, I'm not sure a lot of people are ready for that, but it will get easier, and um, I think it'll be more comfortable, and there'll be better systems in place to help people with that. So turning to something a little less serious, a little more fun, and a little more up our alley, being Mike and I both being board game players, card game players, and software development or software developers. JJ Developer wrote this post, and it was really interesting to see something else being talked about outside of financial implementations. It was building a trading card game on Cardano using the blockchain. And I think it's really interesting, and I think a lot of people are going to be, following his progress, and I know we are. Um, I'm super excited to see other things like this come out and finding other ways to use the blockchain. So, big hats off. This gets our seal of approval for one of the best ideas that we've seen in a long time, and I want to see the progress, and I hope this goes somewhere. So, what do you think, Mike?
I do love Magic. This will be an exciting project if he can pull it off. These things, video games on the blockchain, there's certainly something that has come up before. I've heard of other things, email on the blockchain. But anyway, let's keep it fun. A game on the blockchain sounds fun. So I like Magic. So good luck to J. Developer. All right, so the next one I want to talk about is Reddit user Alan189. He posted a link from the Cryptonomist about a comment that Charles made that he was going to create a $1 million paper wallet and offer it up to the community to see if anyone can crack it. I don't really want anyone to crack this. I mean, it has $1 million. I think that would be awesome to get. It's a fun thing, though. Contests are always fun, but hopefully everybody fails at this because we don't want our paper wallets to be hacked. But if you do hack it, congrats on your $1 million. But anyway, so that's what was in there. But just so you know, I have 10 fingers, so I can count all the decryption possibilities quite easily. So if anyone wants to beat me to this money, you better get started before I do.
Yeah, good luck with that. That's all I'll say.
They're big fingers.
There is there's a big push forward in the stake pool operator community right now to organize and to assemble. And there were some really forward-thinking users and some really interesting things that have started. And the main idea has this huge long name, but it's a really interesting idea. It's the Stake Pool Operator Collective Representation Assembly, or SPOCTRA. And what this is, and it's something that I'm a part of, and it's something that has a Discord channel with over 300 people in it. And it's basically a place for stake pool operators to go to talk about um, things that are happening with their stake pool, but also it's to organize and come together to decide on things that want to be focused on, not to dictate, not to try to influence one way or the other, but really just to discuss and come up with ideas that we can present to the community for various ways that stake pool operators can continue to help and grow, help smaller stake pools, you know, interact or um, work with the larger stake pools in various different ways. And so what I'm showing here is they came up with about 13 different um, bullet points talking about the structure of this assembly. You know, there's no CEO. All the stake pools are welcome. There's no size limit, both large or small. They're going to come up in about a month with this uh, board that has going to be about 7 to 10 people on it. Um, and it's really just going to it's just going to be a place for ideas where you can vote for things to get talked about more or less and whatever. So it's very exciting. I've been monitoring the Discord a lot and making a lot of, you know, good contacts in there. And it's really helped, I think, everybody strengthen the stake pool part of the community. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where this goes. So I'll put a link to the Discord in the description. If you are a stake pool operator, and jump in, you know, say hello. Everybody is able to bring something to the table, so it's very exciting. We'll see where it goes, you know, over the next coming weeks. Speaking of which, what is happening in the next couple weeks?
Well, next week in Cardano, I think we can definitely look forward to the D parameter decreasing to 0.8. That'll make 20% of the blocks made by the community next week. I believe that's what it was. That was what was discussed. So we'll have more minting by the community. I know there were a couple exchanges that couldn't come online right at the beginning. So hopefully a few more exchanges come online, which means more money coming into Cardano, more money joining the stake pools. Maybe we can get to 50% staked. We're about 40% right now. So that would be awesome. More stake to go around to more stake pools. So I think that's about it.
And there's always more surprises, always. So we'll keep our ear out and bring you whatever comes out of the community. It's going to be exciting. Every week is a new adventure. So, you know, subscribe to the channel. We'll come out once a week, and we have a Discord. You can find us on Twitter, lots of different places, and we'll post all those down below in the description. So, um, you know, thanks for watching and listening, and
Yeah, thanks everyone.
we'll catch you next week.
Bye.